There's something really satisfying about Minecraft Forever was. Slowly watching empty areas transform over time, build by build, project by project, until the world starts feeling truly alive. And honestly, that's one of my favorite parts about this world so far. Seeing the city beneath the castle slowly expand with every episode. And today, we continue building. Welcome back guys to another video. I'm BBN and I'm a casual guy playing Minecraft. I hopefully you like the montage of me building these custom trees. If you guys are curious of how I've done it, you can just go up a lovely path that we built in the last episode, and then go up and take a look on how we built these guys. Okay, the tree trunk I made it out of. For example, here I have stripped spruce logs, and then I transitioned it into acacia logs that gives this kind of a pine tree look with this grayish log. And then we use this tuft here under the leaves where it gets darker. We have these these spruce leaves here to give it some kind, like make it kind of darker here, give this like a darker shade under all of these trees. And then we have these birch leaves up here that makes it look a little bit brighter on top. I don't know if you can see it, but right up here I used a vault to make it seem as if the branch had gotten smaller. The longer you get up like towards the top of the tree, the smaller it gets, the branches. So I think this looks very, very good. Also from afar, looks like almost like a realistic tree. So I'm very happy how these came out. Let's take a look at these. These are some bigger ones, but I kind of just took the same concept. Then I made some small branches with these spruce trapdoors. But yeah, it's basically the same. Just stripped spruce logs, then the acacia wood, and then just the tuft keeps on going. You can take a look here if you want of how this looks. Yeah, so just about sprinkling out some darker leaves in the bottom, then just getting brighter and brighter and brighter the more you get up. And I think it looks very nice. So yeah, this is what I did in the montage. I made some here, some down here, and some over here. Let's go and take a look out here and see how it looks from afar. Yes, so it looks very, very nice. Just to complement the main build of the city, these beautiful custom pine trees. Yeah, I'm very, very happy on how they came out. And I think it's like in the future video, I would like to kind of expand out the spruce forest and make it like, delete these or like tear down these normal Minecraft trees that are just very blocky, and then make these pine trees all over the place to make it feel connected. But yeah, this was what I did in the montage, and I think it complements this area very well. Today we're going to work on these two buildings that I made in creative. We're going to work on a small, well, clothing shop and like suits club, like suits store where you can go in and buy suits and so on. I kind of was inspired by these old 80s and 90s buildings where you have these open, like big windows where you can see all of the clothes through. And then I made a small like psychic hut or something, like a very out of place building, but I think it fits very well. So it's like a shop for like all of this witchcraftery and so on. And that is going to be right here. I haven't yet made these 2 or 3 buildings that are going to be on the corner here, but hopefully I'm going to make them soon so we can get this street filled out. But these 2 I'm very, very happy about, and I think we should just get to building. So grab a cold beverage or some popcorn and well, enjoy the montage, guys. When I build something like this pond, I try to take inspiration from the areas around instead of forcing random details into the world. I look at the terrain, the shapes, the blocks already being used and build from there. Sometimes I'll even look at real world references because nature already does a lot of things right. Building is, well, really just observing and changing. You place something down, take a step back and ask yourself, does this actually look good here? And if it doesn't, you change it. In this case, I used mud for the darkness in the water as you see in realistic ponds. I used the color palette that you see in taigas. I used the coarse dirt. I used the different grass sorts that you find in this biome to make this feel like it's realistic and like it's been there a long time. I made vegetation with drip leaves and with cattails out of glass and brown candles, and all of these small things and small additions contribute to the full picture, helping this feel connected and realistic, like you would want in a Minecraft world. Welcome back, guys, after the montage. Hopefully you liked it, and well, I'm very happy with what we built, and hopefully you like what we built today. The 2 stores in the city, and then cleaning up a little bit with some things and some interiors actually that we're going to take a look at right now. So what we made was this right here. Wow, I like this. So as you might see right here, I cleaned up and built out a small building to make this empty spot on this building that we had before feel connected and feel not empty anymore. Then I made this small lake that I'm or like this small pond it must be, just to fill out this area, because I have some future projects right here and we could maybe just continue the city out here. But wow, am I happy with how this turned out. It's very like lushy and have all of the seagrass. I tried to kind of make these, like, I think the common word for these is like cattails in these ponds that you just like normally see in ponds, and I'm very, very happy with the look. Yeah, does it look nice with this mangrove trees to make it look like kind of old, and then this new like bench with the shelves I tried, and I'm very, very happy with the look of it. It looks like it's just like has been here always, and wow, am I happy. It just complements this whole area. But yeah, let's take a look at the first build. So I kind of had this 1980s and 1990s clothing shop or like maybe older than that in a reference, because I wanted these big windows where you could see all of the clothing that were standing in there, maybe the suits. And I think I really like this overhang also. I wanted to do something different, like in comparison to these. So I just kind of tried to pull these trapdoors out with the slabs in here. And I think that it looks very, very nice. I tried to do it like this dark color palette with the mangrove and the dark oak, and it looks very, very nice. Yeah, am I happy with the result? Wow. I tried to do some shading up here with the mangrove logs, and then just to make this like kind of fade into the darkness, I just used a mangrove sign right here to kind of like give it this fading effect. You can just go up and see right here. Give it this like fading effect right here. And it looks very, very nice. Alright, so let's go in and take a look at the interior. I made interiors for this, so let's take a look. I'll just have to sleep first. Alright, now that I've slept, let's take a look at the interior of the clothing store. Alright, so you come in, paintings, and then we have all of this clothing or suits or armor you would sell, I guess. So it's like, you could also call it an armor store if we go back to the medieval times. But it's these builds that I'm doing is a little bit of like a mix of medieval and a little bit of a more modern style, and I really do like it. Looks a little bit modern, but also in the same Minecraft medieval style that I built the castle, for example. Wow, does it look nice from this perspective. Alright, so let's go in and look. Take a look. I thought of putting all my armor down here just to have a place where I can come and see, okay, what do I need? Do I need new tools? Do I need a new armor? And so on. So I can just go down here and just experience the builds that I've made. Alright, so here I just tried to do some texturing with these spruce and oak signs. And I think it looks very good. Just to give it like a little bit more feeling and warmth. Now we go up to the second story, and this is just like a small living quarters, where, because every villager and every person needs somewhere to live, so they have their store downstairs, and then they just go up, have their small table with a book and quill, and then they have their small bunk bed right here. Maybe it's two brothers that lives here, and then just like lives here very cozy and very nice. And I'm very, very happy on how this build came out. Then you can see here that I made a small mangrove door out here. And this is just to make like some sort of a roof terrace where you can come out here and just take a look at the beautiful scenery and the city. You can go around actually and just stay here, take a chair out or something, and then just get a like morning coffee or something. And I thought that this was a very nice addition. Instead of just it being an overhang, you could actually use this if you lived here. So yeah, very, very nice. And wow, does this look good. Alright, so let's look at the next build. This is kind of a witch sidekick kind of house. It's a little bit... I made it so it would look off in the city. I looked at a lot of different reference pictures, and I kind of just built this. I wanted to make it a little bit like rickety, you could say. The house is a little bit tilted this way. I kind of used the same overhangs as over here and here. I think it looks very nice. It could also just be a brewery or something, but this is where like you could say that maybe the witch or psychic or something lives in the city. But wow, am I happy with these? I haven't built in with blue terracotta before, but this purple it is actually blue terracotta that just looks purple. But wow, I used this kind of this palette where it goes from bricks and mud and basalt up to this blue terracotta that looks purple. So yeah, am I happy? Wow. Let's just take a look up here. What I tried to do is that I have seen on all of these cathedrals that they have some like beautiful glass. And what I then tried to copy and implement in this build was that I tried to, with terracotta, with glazed terracotta, this was purple and this was gray, I think. I tried to do these window paintings, you could say. You see it a lot of in churches where you have like Jesus and so on these window paintings. So yeah, I think it looks very nice, and it actually fits very well with the blue terracotta that makes it purple, and this purple in the middle. So yeah, am I very happy. So let's go in and take a look at the interior. I also tried to implement the flower from the pale oak forest, and it opens at night actually, but that's very nice. So let's go in here. I wanted to give this rickety feel of a little bit of a mess, but a little bit mysterious also. So what we did was that I tried to, right here it's just shelves, seating area, yeah, and this is like the main stuff, the main room. This is actually just shop, I would say. Could also just be something else. I tried to do just a counter here. The loom I think looks like a cashier, or like a checkout sort of thing. And yeah, try to use these trapdoors just to make it feel like you could hang different stuff down from it. And yeah, then I got this little guy in here. The first time I've actually used one of these guys in my world. Wow, is he like weird a little bit? But yeah, I thought that he could maybe be the one that's helping the psychic in getting all of her things from all of these shelves. So she needs something for her brewing. I actually need a brewing stand somewhere here, maybe here. But so he's the guy that just goes in and gets all of the things down from the shelves, and then helps this psychic or witch in making her potions and so on. So I think adding these small stories into the world and into these buildings, I think is going to help the overall meaning and like meanings of the buildings and making it all connected in some way. Because all medieval cities has someone that is a little bit off, and I think this build like represents that person. And wow, am I happy with the interior. It looks just how I wanted it. So yeah, this was actually what we built in this episode. Also the trees that I think complements this world a lot. I would like to add some more trees down here. Maybe behind here, just to make it all feel connected again. But yeah, I kind of cleaned up where we left off last time, and then just expanded out the city. So next time we're going to build even more and make this look very, very realistic and nice. So if you enjoyed this episode, like and subscribe. And yeah, if you have any ideas of what we could put into the city, any buildings or any custom things like a pond or custom trees and so on, if we should do something, do houses up here and so on, write it in the comments and I'll take a look at it and see if it fits. Also, if we should do a commentary cut, I saw Sino and other YouTubers do it, where they just answer questions from you guys. I know there hasn't been many questions, but if you want that, write it in the comments and we'll do that in another video. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.